In case you're wondering what this is all about, if you remember in one of the back videos I said that I wanted to do this on a budget, a tight budget. Well, it doesn't come much better than a free car. Whip Street Motors of Great Whip Street and of Paper Mill Lane have decided to, or have asked me to sponsor the rat rod, which I'm quite chuffed about because I've been harping on about a front jag steering system. Well, I've got the steering system, I've got the rear suspension, I've got a V, no I haven't, I've got an inline 6-cylinder 3 litre, I've got the interior, I've got the carpets, I've got the prop shaft, I've got the electrics. I have everything I need to pretty much put that rat rod together. Fuel tank, tyres, although I'm going to be using the BMW ones. If you shave the centres out, the centre hub holes, you can make them fit. There you go. Doesn't get any better than this, does it? Looking forward to this. Not looking forward to stripping it, but I'm looking forward to it. So, sponsorship from Whip Street Motors. Right, as you can see, the car is upside down. Well, on its side, so to speak. Excuse me. I'm now getting ready to weld the underside up. I'm not very good at welding upside down, sort of lying on my back, and I haven't got access to a car lift or any ramps at the moment because I haven't bought any. So me and my lad tipped it over, and now I can sit here and weld up all the underseams. There's quite a few. I've cut the rear subframe off because of the Jaguar subframe that's coming. I should be fitting that instead and bolting that on, making up some new brackets. And I think while I've got it in this position, I will probably wire brush all the fresh metal. Doesn't need sandblasting, just wants really a good clean up with wire brush and degreasing, because as we know the metal comes with grease all over it to protect it from the elements. So I shall more than likely put some paint on this thing. I may have to scrape it off in places for extra welding, brackets, you know, things like fuel lines. But that's just one of them things. It's a question really of cracking on. And there's layers and layers of metal. I might possibly cut some of these cross members down to a little bit shorter and smaller, just to reduce some of the weight. I did rather overdo it with steel plate, but it's strong. There's no knocking it. It's definitely strong. It's not a conventional chassis. I mean, a lot of chassis are built in a sort of an X shape, whereas me, I've just gone straight across and down, similar to a Land Rover, because that's pretty much all I understand at this point. The Jaguar, the Jaguar chassis sort of goes off into an X at the centre and then comes back out wide again. So I'm happy enough with it, but yeah, I might cut some of these cross members down, like for example's sake here, from that point there all the way down to there by an angle. I might cut those out. There's no need for them. There's no fuel tank going underneath, that's going on top over the rear axle with a bit of luck. So the only places I won't be painting is along this piece here, because I've got to weld onto that. But everything else can be painted up. I'll get the prop off, as we're not going with that BMW engine. I say that, but that's where I'm at the moment. I mean, I did make the bulkhead bigger for the 300 turbo diesel, but now the Land Rover, now that the Jag is coming, I might as well use it. I still would like that 6-cylinder diesel to go in this, because I said before that's what got me involved in this in the first place. Bloody Americans, too much good television. Welder up garage is what stirred my senses to this. Having a bit of trouble with my shroud on my welder. That's the only shroud I got left. Unfortunately, the weld was clogging up. The gas wasn't coming out correctly because of it. But that's done. Some of these welds are quite shocking. Some of them are not too bad. At the end of the day, it's strong. So bollocks to what anyone thinks, because I don't give a shit. As long as it passes all the legal crap, that's all that matters. In my eyes, anyway. And if you're one of these judgmental types, oh, I can weld because I've got certificates. And anyway, there you go. That's it for Ratrod 9, I'm afraid. Tune in for Ratrod 10. Hopefully I'll show you some videos of the Jaguar being stripped. I won't lie, I'm still seriously thinking about that 6-cylinder Iveco diesel. That would certainly make a big difference on people's opinions to its looks and stuff. It will grab attention, that much is for sure. So I had a look in the engine bay of the Jag today when it turned up, and the wiring in that thing is horrific. ABS, there's just loads and loads, and to be honest with you, I've got a short amount of time to strip that and get rid. So I might just take the seats out, the prop shaft, the 2 axles, some of the electrics that runs some of the little gizmos that I want to keep from it, and maybe drop the engine and gearbox and sell the engine and gearbox, and keep the rest for the Ratrod, and look for another diesel. I really want that Iveco diesel. 6 cylinders, 200 horsepower, I believe, 5 litres. I think that's what I was quoted the other day when I was down there. So yeah, watch this space, we'll see what happens. Anyway, have fun, catch you later.